Typical Sunday for me involves getting here early, being the first in, turning on lights, getting every piece of gear ready to go, testing it, having everything prepared before my team even shows up.
What's up, David? How you doing, Nate?
Morning. The team shows up and we're off to the races. We're doing rehearsals, we're doing mic checks, line checks, we're doing service run-throughs, and then, yeah, we're ready to go. Great run through, you guys. Super grateful for the team, whether you're on worship or production. Thanks for being here. Well, after the huddles, we are into our services. All right, everybody, let's have a great first service of the day. 3, 2, 1, go transition. So here we have 3 services. And in between them, we might have some debrief time. Some things might change, so we're then cascading that information down to the rest of the team. The very last thing that I do, after the services are over, then we tweak a few things on our stage to get ready for midweek. I then transition out to our lobby space, where I'm setting up a small amount of AV gear for them to do small groups. After that, my day is done, our stage is empty, and I'm the last one out. One of the things I think is probably most misunderstood about a tech person's job is just the amount of time and preparation that goes into it. There's days of preparation ahead of time. It's art. And if we're doing it well, nobody will notice. The idea of volunteers can be the biggest pain point. When your team is low and you may not have every role filled, you're filling gaps, you're pulling people in, you're hiring contractors, all the things that you need to actually do the service. Sometimes it might be great, and other times you really need more and more volunteers. So the recruiting, the onboarding, the scheduling, all those things that need to get them in the right seat, sometimes that doesn't work as well as it should.
Gathering church tech artists has been a passion of Todd's practically his whole adult life. In the early days for Todd, he was doing a lot of this church work alone and didn't know if anybody else had the same struggles that he had.
You know, if you say, hey, how come nobody does this? Or how come no one's doing anything about X? That's probably a good sign that you're the person that's supposed to do something about it. And so I felt that very strongly, that I see this need and I wish somebody would do something about it. And so I felt like this is what God's put on my heart to do right now.
In 2014, I remember Todd left staff from Willow Creek, and he was really trying to get a sense for what God was calling him to next.
When it came time to say, okay, what's next, what I'm going to do with my life, FILO seemed like, I don't exactly know how to do it, but I felt like I need to try at least. Then what I did, I decided it was important to get a group of people together, friends, that we've done ministry work together, to say, what could this look like, and will you help me get it done?
The first meetings that we ever had were in November and December of 2014.
In 2023, FILO became a not-for-profit organization. Trying to keep the FILO thing going required resources that I was able to provide through my production company. In 2022, it just started to shift for me that I can't keep working harder on the production company side in order for FILO to keep growing. It's different now. It's an organization that's taken on a life beyond just my personality and whatever I can do. This is less about me and what God's called me to do, and more about what is God calling FILO to be about. How do we best set ourselves up to support that?
It's like undeniable that God is using FILO to change these people's lives. I think that God takes our efforts and multiplies them.
Men and women being reminded that the core of who they are is not what they do on a Sunday morning.
I feel like I'm better in my role in vocational ministry because of what I've been exposed to at FILO.
FILO conference, every year that I've gone, I leave a better spiritual leader, I leave a better production manager, and I leave a better person knowing how to create culture in my production team.
And I'm really grateful to our FILO team, not just focusing on leadership development, technical development, they're also focusing on spiritual development. Not only that, but I have friends all across the country now who are doing what I am doing, and I get to support them and cheer them on just like they do for me. It's been such a gift.
You know, this is what God's called me to be about, for the purpose of helping others. I love telling the story because I always hope that somebody else will follow God's nudging and obey so that they can experience Him in a similar way.